up in the environment that I did with my family and with my friends, we always made stuff as a way to pass the time and as a way to, you know, explore whatever it was that we were interested in. And as that has evolved, that, you know, brought me through making music and punk bands, you know, skating with my friends, always building ramps and stuff like that. And now as, you know, I've come into this stage in my life, fishing is a huge part of that. And building lures is such a natural, you know, thing to want to do. It's an age-old American tradition of building things to catch fish on. Sixpack Tackle came about just from really liking to drink beer on the river fishing. It's as simple as that. And I thought of what I enjoyed about fishing and being outside, and it was floating down the river with a six-pack with friends, you know, maybe catching fish, probably not, and, you know, enjoying that. I got into fishing really late in my life compared to a lot of the other people I fish with. And I was trying to figure out a way to, you know, get outside and spend time with my friends and, you know, hang out with people, and fishing was something that they did. And so I started becoming interested in that and exploring that, and I found a old antique fishing lure catalog at a used bookstore downtown, and was just super inspired by the imagery of all of these lures and, you know, all of these old patent drawings that, you know, all of these old lures were patented. It was like patent wars. And I was so infatuated with just what these designs and these blueprints for these lures look like that then I just wanted to start making some myself. When I first started making lures, I didn't even fish them. I built lures for about a year without even fishing them, just because I thought it was so fun to do. And then I was like, man, I guess I should start fishing these things. And of course, none of them worked. And I was more intimidated by the fishing, which is a weird fact. For me, the act of fishing outside of lure making is all about the ecosystem and those, you know, biomes that we get to experience and learn about while we're fishing in a way that we wouldn't be able to if we were just, you know, tubing down the river drinking beer. You're not integrated into the system in the same way. To use a friend of mine's phrase, you don't have an open dialogue with nature in the same way that you do with fishing. The more that I learn about what my target species sees and the great diversity of what it sees, then I can apply that same diversity, that same palette to what it is that I'm making. And even if my lure doesn't look like any golden shiner that fish has ever seen, it speaks that same visual language, and the smallmouth wants to eat it. Before I fished, I made board games, you know, and then it was just like fishing came into my life, and I was like, oh, here is this perfect vehicle for me to express myself, you know, from a design standpoint. I mean, I don't really like to call myself an artist or a designer or anything like that. I just have a lot of things that I like, and I like process in the way that it brings you to having a product that is something practical and useful. Sixpack Tackle is a way for me to just get out of using the computer on the printmaking work that I do, and you know, just interact with, you know, wood and resin and plastisol and silicone, and use my hands and you know, explore 3D space like that. And I love having the design constraints of it also has to catch fish. The reason I make lures is because I have to make something, and it's a way for me to apply my own design principles and my own way of looking at things as a tool to explore the river, explore the creek, explore the lake, explore the ocean.